indeed. It's Think with Logic Thursday, coming at you as well right here on Think with Logic TV at YouTube radio show. The radio edition, as you know, we do it every other Thursday. For you all who don't know what that means, is bi-weekly maybe, every other week, because no logic is hard for some of you people out there. But it's all good. Follow us on Twitter at Think with Logic TV without the I. Also Instagram, same thing. Think with Logic TV with the I. Okay, get that correct. Also Twitter at Bossman Show, Bossman ENT Group, and Asaya85. You know, she don't tweet much, but you know, follow her that I guess and suppose. And at My True Speech. Follow him. Tonight's show, simply put, bad funeral takes, bad takes in general, because my God, as we've learned, the takes get bad, oversharing, and the BET Hip Hop Awards. So, you know, there is to be no Meek tonight, so I'm going to look for that. He's not been fired, I've told you the front end, but knowing what I know, you'll think that he got fired. So it is the way it is. So, Erica, what's good with you?
I am chilling. I just got off work. I'm a little bit tired, but I'm good. I'm ready to get into these horrible tapes, especially the funeral ones. How about you?
Yes, indeed. Horrible tapes, indeed. Sick of bad funeral takes, sick of funerals, period. Sick of people posting dead people on social media. I'm as sick of it altogether. I'm sick of Tennessee Titan fan, too. They get on my nerves as well. They're delusional. Titan radio host is delusional. Right, radio host is delusionally all the way around. So a lot of things are getting under our skin today. So we're going to discuss that. So first is the box report. Erica, what do you got for us on America's favorite dummy, the man himself, G.A. Henson?
You already know that I got some amazingly horrible takes from this guy. We can begin with how the reason why he is America's dummy is because he likes to spend racks on racks on, you know, women that don't want him. So, of course, eventually it caught up with him tenfold, and he is now in bankruptcy court. Now, that in itself is a bad take, but the worst take that came out of that is that he has a bankruptcy lawyer, and he spoke to her, him or her, and said that, you know, he doesn't know why he is filing for bankruptcy because he don't own a bank. Now, it never in my 28 years crossed my mind that to have bankruptcy or to, you know, be in bankruptcy court means that you have to own a bank. Never crossed my mind, not once. And folks, if you believe that before this very show, then you too are sadly mistaken. It does not mean that at all. That just means that you spent more money than you actually have, and now you have to pay for it. And, you know, the judge is doing you a favor by letting you start from scratch. But at the same time, starting from scratch is a long way. It's a long road to get back to where you were. That's the long and short of what having or being in bankruptcy is. And this dude didn't even know that. It goes further in that they actually went to the court, went to be in front of the judge, and he said their same statement. Well, I don't really know why I'm, you know, filing for bankruptcy because I don't have a bank. And the judge asked him, "Are you serious?" And he said, "Yes, I'm very serious." That's not okay. Like, at the very least, you can Google, or as he said a couple of weeks ago, Google. He can at least Google bankruptcy. But I digress. Now, getting into, let's see, I don't remember if we discussed this or not, but he also recently decided that he wanted to call the state of Indiana. Now, that is literally impossible. You cannot call a section of land, but you just can't. I don't care what you do. You can't call it. It's not a person. It's not even an animal. You can't do it. So I'm going to leave that. But then, I almost forgot, he then decided to text another state. He decided to text Texas. Now, that's cute. There's alliteration. He probably doesn't know what the word alliteration means, but, you know, it is what it is. So he texts Texas for info. And apparently it was the same info that he was calling Indiana about. He was going to go into town to see his cowboy, or in normal person speak, the Dallas Cowboys. And he wanted some information about how to get there, some tickets, things of that nature. These are things you call the Visitors Bureau, not the Veterans Bureau, because there's no such thing, but the Visitors Bureau of that respective state. All right. Now, he also had trouble with his eyes recently. Had to go see the optometrist. That's the fancy way, if you will, of saying that you went to see the doctor, the eye doctor. And his response is, well, I didn't know, I had to see, I didn't know it was about math. Now, I understand that optometry sounds like geometry, but it has nothing to do with math at all whatsoever. He's an idiot, people. Like, we knew this, but he's an idiot. And then, one of his friends had to write a Dear John letter, or a Dear Jane letter, to one of their special lady friends, and then he was going to read it to GA, and he says, you can't speak letters. Like, he didn't know you could speak letters. Now, we're not really sure where the hell he was going with that, because it's like, technically, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Like, every time somebody says the alphabet, they spoke those letters. Like, that's a literal translation of Henson speak. But in actuality, if you're reciting a letter or you're reciting what you write, you can, in fact, speak a letter. So that was just stupid on his part. But what isn't stupid on his part? Also, okay, most people born, I guess from the 70s on, maybe even the 60s on, know Shirley Murdoch's classic As We Lay. Now, some of the 80s babies and 90s may know Kelly Price's cover of As We Lay. This dude is 50, no, he's 46, and somehow got stolen moments, which is, I guess, part, or I guess the bastardized version of part of the lyrics to As We Lay, confused with swollen moments. So he kept referring to swollen moments in this song, As We Lay. There are no swollen moments. Stolen moments between the two parties the song is talking about? Sure. But not swollen moments. And then finally, and this will lead into our next discussion, the BET Hip Hop Awards. He was excited about them, especially the Miley Cyruses. Now, if y'all are confused by what the hell does that mean, he was referring to the ciphers, the BET ciphers, and his jackass said the Miley Cyruses. Thankfully, Miley didn't even make an appearance. I think she was discussed at some point, but he didn't make an appearance. And he somehow bastardized the word cipher, which is a circle, which is what they had each time a clique or a crew started freestyling, which were awesome, by the way, but we'll get into that in a moment. But, yeah, that's all I got for, this week's crazy shenanigans starring G.A. Henson. So, what do you think?
Speech, you heard all this garbage. What is your take?
My take is what it's always been. I'm trying to stop talking about people, man. I'm trying to move in a positive direction. I'm trying to not rag on anybody, man. I really am. I'm going to try to say this as nice as possible without being a douchebag. But there's no way that I could possibly do that. So I'm trying to figure out how to possibly even answer the question, man. How can you call a state? Like, that's bothering me. You have to own a bank to be bankrupt. You got to call a state. Oh, man. Oh, dude. When they passed out common sense, this guy was late on the bus.
You also took the state, too.
I would be scared.
I can't, man. I can't.
You tried to call a state. Like, you can't talk to literally the state of Indiana. I mean, he's not going to talk back to you. If you did, you should run.
Exactly.
You can't, quote, text a state. If a state should not have a phone to text you back. Like, hello, I'm Texas.
Right, like, yo, you about to shoot him a text, or you gonna send Louisiana a picture message exactly what you're talking about? Like, hey, this is what I was telling you earlier. You're not gonna get a response back. They're not gonna email you back or hit up your Google Voice and have a conversation with you. It's not gonna happen. Like, who is thinking?
I think that might be our worst take of the year right there. This might be. Like, you can't call or text a state physically. You know, states have departments you can call and text. You can't call and text a state literally. And you don't have to own a bank to file bankruptcy. And you don't.
Right. I mean, it's a procedure that is available to any and all Americans. Like, you know, and I'm pretty sure 300 million people are not bank owners. You know, technically, legally, I can file a bankruptcy, and I've never owned a bank. Last time I checked, unless it's something that I missed. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe when I signed up for a student loan, I clicked the X by mistake without reading all of the fine print, and maybe I own a Comerica somewhere. I don't know. But yeah, man, you don't have to really own a financial institution to file bankruptcy. It's something you can do. Like, it's realistic to do if you're a regular person that's not a bank owner. I'm just saying, it's one of those things. Where the idea would even come from is beyond me.
I would love to know that.
Yeah, and yeah, that's just horrifically bad. And like, my dude, come better. You can't call states, can't text states literally. It's not like you can call 1-800-Indiana. It's gonna talk to you. 1-800-GO Texas. It's gonna talk to you. I'm sorry. We can get breaking farther. We can't call 1-888 Detroit, 1-877 Atlanta, and it's gonna talk to you. What? Thinking with no logic and no emotion. G.A. Henson, that's the Boss Report. Now, moving to our main topic of the night, these horrific funeral takes. I mean, we have these bad funeral takes where we have individuals who are doing casket steps with caskets and caskets for 1-2 line dances, cats posing with the dead person. I thought I really hit the casket going with the peace out pose or pointing to the dead person, putting babies on the dead person, the casket group picture at the graveyard, the headstone picture, the pose against the headstone, the pose against the closed casket, posing with the hearse. I mean, and then posting on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I mean, where do you get off posing with hearses, dead people, posing with the funeral director, posing with the grave site, the headstone, and posting on Facebook? And why are you trying to have a newly born baby and put that baby in the casket with dead grandmother or dead uncle, whoever? Why are you trying to have that baby? Let's get this. Why would we even look at these pictures later? And why are we taping funerals? Why are we playing funerals put them on tape? Who's going to sit down and watch Granny's funeral? Really? Who's going to do that? And then why we get up here to put it on Facebook? So what do you guys take on these horrific funeral tapes?
Personally, I think it's the most disrespectful thing you could ever do. I mean, to me, that's so. I was about to drop a racial slur, but I can't because we're live, so I'm not gonna do that. But it's a horrific thing because to me it's absolutely disrespectful to the memory of those that are lost. If I was to make my exit from the earth, I would be pissed from the spiritual world if I see dudes posing around my casket, posting Instagram and Facebook pics. That's disrespectful. You don't do that. You don't honor somebody's memory by taking casket pics and posing. No, this is not a club picture. There is nobody that is going to charge you $10 for a Polaroid after you get done posing. That is something that you do not do. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I don't really like funerals. I don't. I can't stand them. The last thing I'm thinking about at somebody's funeral is, let me post this to the gram, see how many likes I'm going to get. You know what I'm saying? Chilling with the cat. Hey, dog, G-pose. And pose the flowers. To me, that's the most disrespectful and stupidest thing you could ever do, to honor somebody. It's not honoring somebody. It's just idiotic, and it just shows the depths that people have sunk to in this day and age. And unfortunately, and I don't want to blame this on social media, but I got to blame it on something. Social media has morphed the minds of what is acceptable behavior. Well, it's morphed the mindset of what's acceptable behavior in society because of the attraction that people have to it on the internet. If you see something like that, I'm not clicking like on the casket pose. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to comment on it. I'm not going to feed into that type of energy and that spirit. I'm not going to do it. That is the energy of being an idiot and the spirit of stupidity. And I refuse as an individual to feed into it. So that's my take on it. I didn't mean to ramble, but it's just like I'm tired of seeing that. That's just retarded to me. Like, this is so stupid.
Yeah, it's so stupid. It's so stupid to the point that, today, just doing some prep, I'm on Facebook, and what do I see? I see a thug with a flag, a gang flag, put on his grandmother's body, posing with her in the casket.
What the?
I see.
I don't think grandma was gangbanging, dog. I'm just saying. I don't know his grandmother, but I'm assuming she wasn't banging on the block. Just saying.
Exactly.
Wow.
Then we have, ex-girlfriend coming to funeral of dead baby daddy, saying this is his life, my son's horrible father had to see him one more time before he go. Really?
That's just petty. Why would you even do that? As a person, that's so stupid.
And then we have the whole we're gonna get put our heads in the casket, pose with the dead person in the what we can. While dead person laying here, we all posing happy. And we're pointing at her like, hey, what this is who it's about. Really? That's just your caption. This who it's about. And the caption's even worse. And if you like a dead photo, you're a loser. If you want to comment on it, and please, I hate people go, oh, they're so beautiful in the casket. They're not beautiful. They're dead. They're lifeless. My dad passed away. I didn't want to be near his casket. That's my own damn daddy. I didn't want to be looking at him in the casket. I don't want a picture in the casket. I don't know if they have pictures of my dad in the casket. I don't have them. If I ever see them, I'm going to burn them and throw them away. I don't want to see that. I don't care. I remember him living, not laying in a damn pine box. And I don't know why these people are celebrating death by posing with the casket, having poses, going ahead into the casket to pose the dead person. Erica, your take.
Oh, Lord. Where do I begin? Okay. Going off of some of what you just said, like, my great-grandmother and her sister died, like, 6 months apart over 10 years ago. And that was the hardest thing I ever had to deal with to date. I didn't want to smile. I didn't want to capture that moment or those two moments in my life. So when, somebody that's a friend of the family was pulling out a camera to take a photo, it just kind of threw me. I went, whoa, stop. Hold the F no. This ain't happy. This is not a happy moment. Now, granted, she wasn't taking a picture of my great-grandmother's body, but it was the principle. I'm not taking a picture at a church during a funeral. It's not happening. Now, going into actually taking pictures with the dead bodies, absolutely not. You were talking about like a gangbanger? I saw a picture just now online. It had to have been a Crip member because it was all blue everything. And this dude was decked out to go to heaven, hell, wherever the hell he's going. I don't know. But he had a little bit of everything in his casket. He had a couple guns. He had some alcohol. He had some weed behind his ear. He had some Playboy magazines. Like, it was quite elaborate. And then, of course, one of his friends took the picture, like the, I guess, prison pose with the deuces up with him, like he was still alive. And I'm amazed. I'm amazed by this. And I was telling y'all on the last episode that, like, it's gotten so bad that, like, the thing I was trying to tell y'all last week was the guy that sang the Chili's Baby Back Rib song, his family thought that it was such a good idea to celebrate his legacy of that 1 30-second piece of a song by burying him in a life-size grill. And then have, like, a fountain of barbecue sauce off to the side where you could dip your rib in remembrance. Couldn't have made that up. It was on this TLC show called The Best Funerals Ever. You could Google it.
That's already a bad take.
Right. It's multiple bad takes in what I'm telling you. But, yeah, they dipped their rib in this fountain of barbecue sauce in remembrance and, started singing the Chili's Baby Back Rib song with a choir and stuff. And I'm thinking, you can't be serious. And the only time that I could barely, and I mean this, barely entertain funeral pics or, a recording of the funeral if this is a celebrity. And it can't be like some D-list celebrity. For example, like Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Princess Diana. Those people, millions of people were able to attend their funerals because it was recorded. Okay, they're celebrities. They meant something to multiple, like, droves of people. It wasn't just like, okay, we're going to have some random fans come up and check their deuces behind Michael's gold casket. Or, it wasn't, their lives were spectacles. So in a jacked up twist, it somewhat made sense for there to be spectacles as well. Whereas regular people like us, there's no need for that. There's no need for the hood-ass picture of you at your auntie's graveyard or in the graveyard at your auntie's tombstone taking pictures. And like Jay was saying, putting babies on top of the tombstone or inside the casket. morbid as hell. And one of my coworkers loved it to death, no pun intended, but she said that was okay because that was a way to remember whoever it is. I want to remember you alive. I want to remember you alive, laughing, at the very least breathing. I don't want to remember you kind of pasty looking like you're sweet, but more importantly, like my mom said, looking like you're dead. No. And I'm not putting that on my wall. I'm not putting that on a photo album. It's not happening. No, thank you.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. There's no way in hell that's a good idea. And if you think it's a good idea, you're a loser, you're a fail clown, you're a jabroni, you're an ain't. You're delusional. Hell, you may be a Tennessee Titans fan even if you do stuff like that. You know, they're real delusional. so there you go. You know, Titans fans are known for posting funeral pics. I have a lot of people in Nashville on my friends list, so obviously they might be Titans fans. So obviously a lot of bad takes there already. You know, just a little posting guy and girl. Like, you know, it's so morbid. And I dread, it's not so much on Instagram and Twitter, but it's on Facebook, where you log into your news feed and you're presented with top stories. It's 4 of them people in caskets. That's not a story. If you like a dead picture, you're a loser. You don't. That's nothing to like. That's just indifference. You don't like. So you like that my insert family member is dead. Are you trying to tell me why you like that picture? You enjoy that?
Well, just say I'm sorry for your loss. And by the way, it's loss. L-O-S-S. Well, for God. L-O-S-T. Really? I'm sorry for your loss? So I mean, even if you did do the normal I'm sorry for your loss, you can't even spell it right. And
your family member has become an angle now. Is she obtuse? Octave? She become an angle now? Like,
right.
Literally.
She's an angle in heaven now. Really?
Damn. Are you hanging out Henson? Where you think that optometry is a form of quote, math? And it's math, sir, not math. It's not M-A-F-F. Math.
It's wrong. Wrong.
So, yeah. Speech, you have any last thoughts on the funerals and closing this topic down?
Nah, man, y'all pretty much wrapped it up, dude. I'm literally trying to be a more toned down speech. You know, I'm trying to stop talking about people so much. So I'm gonna let y'all have the last word on it, because me personally, I really feel that, like, I would never do that. You know what I'm saying? Just for me personally, I would never disrespect a loved one's memory like that. Like, to me, it's certain things that need to stay off of social media. People think that everything is meant to go on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. And I talked about this last week. It's like, what people don't seem to understand is your life is not meant to be lived through social media. It is meant to be shared. Moments are meant to be shared through social media. People are supposed to connect. I don't want to connect with somebody at their funeral. I don't want to see somebody connecting with somebody. I don't want to do it. To me, it's highly disrespectful to not only misspell words when you try to make a comment on somebody's funeral post, but to post anything about a funeral in the first place, especially casket photos. And when you can't spell it right, it's just like, come on, dude. Come on. We live in the age of Google. There is no excuse and no reason. You know what I'm saying?
No reason.
But it is.
And just okay, I'm going to put the person on blast. So much Joy posts this picture where she says, giving my boss some brain. And she's literally giving him some brain. She posted on her wall as a timeline photo. Really?
And you know what? Any consequences that befell her were 100% well-deserved and her fault. You cannot put everything on social media. It's like, you know what, bro, I'm going to cut you off because this reminds me of something that I never forget, bro. I saw this on my Facebook wall like 3 or 4 years ago. So it was this young lady on my friends. I don't know who she is. I mean, this is my True Speech Facebook page. I really don't care who's on my friends list. It's just not that big of a deal to me because I don't post personal information on that particular page. So it was a young lady on my friends list. Apparently, people were calling her broke or talking about how much money. And you know how people get when people start cracking on them. So what she did was she took a photo of her Sprint bill. Her Sprint bill was $450, roughly, probably a little bit of that. She took a picture of the entire bill, which contained not only her phone number, her personal information, the amount that she pays on her bill, and her name, her real name, not her Facebook name. And she posted it on Facebook and said, yeah, everybody want to hate on me saying I'm broke. Look at this. I pay something, X amount of dollars on my bills a month, and this is just my phone bill. And I said, well, one, you posted all your personal information on Facebook. You can learn a lot from somebody through the information on their cell phone because that is linked to everything about you as a person because that is a legitimate bill, your name, social security number, address, so on and so forth. Second, how stupid of an ass can you be to where you're bragging about paying $400+ a month on a cell phone bill? That makes you stupid. That means you are literally getting shafted. Good. Regularly, every month. And I'm like, do people really think that posting things like this on Facebook and social media is okay? And it relates to the funeral thing because people literally have it morphed in their minds that you can put whatever you want on the internet. They seem to forget that it's the internet. Everybody can see it. And not everything is really posted.
I got one better. One of my friends from way back, like elementary school type way back, he recently, maybe like a few months ago, he posted a picture of one of his debit cards, all 16 digits there for the taking, and was boasting about, yeah, this is how I pay my child support. And before I could even get to it, there were like 3 or 4 people like, yo, man, you got to take that down now. And I'm thinking, it's too late. It's too late. I mean, 16 digits, and we know you got money on there? Come on, somebody trifling on his page already got that money quick. And once you put anything on the internet, it's there. My mom, like when Facebook first started, my mom was like, don't put everything on the internet because once it's there, that's it. Your employers can look at your Facebook walls, all of that. So, yeah, every time somebody says something ratchet or I'm going to beat somebody up or I'm smoking a pound or whatever, it's online forever. And your employers can and unfortunately might look you up. But you boasting about smoking weed or you boasting about paying child support and showing us your debit card. Oh. Wow.
Wow.
Because we cover up the numbers. Damn. Like, oversharing. Oversharing at its finest.
And
you're right.
And here we go. Miss Juicy Berry. I'm posting a new squirting video tonight on my Sexy Strawberry 2 fan page. Make sure you like it so you don't miss it.
Okay. It's still ridiculous, but apparently that page is made specifically for oversharing. So, hey, do that. But on your regular page where you have your government name and your family members and all that good stuff, just why? And why have a XXX Facebook fan page? Can you not just spend $5 or $6 and make a real website?
Exactly.
I'm saying, go to GoDaddy.com, buy a domain name, go to a free website making website, and do that. So it's not even on Facebook. Facebook was not made for that. Twitter was not made for that, even though it sounds like it. Instagram was not made for that. Tumblr, apparently it is made for that because, wow, the stuff you see on Tumblr. But still, just make a website dedicated to your ratchetry. How hard is that?
Oh, here we go. Ashley Baby Cakes. This is spelled Baebi Cakes, Kakes, Maze, says, quote, you see this medium ass, it can be rare for you. Inbox me now. Thirst trap.
Wow. Just wow. I mean, wow.
It sounds like an illiterate thirst trap also.
Okay. Faith Anderson. Yeah, today was a rough day at work, but hey, any of my friends want to come over for a late night encounter? All me and you, we trying to get down with a friend for friend routine. A friend for friend routine.
I love how that whole email sounded like something you see on the missing encounters section of Craigslist. or that old Mad TV skit, Lowered Expectations. It's like, why? What are you feeling?
Facebook is not the come-up site for your late-night freakery.
Oh, God. And can you at least make it sound appealing? Like, if we were going to be those people, could you at least make it sound appealing? That just makes me laugh.
It's just bad stuff I'm seeing. And this is live Facebook as we speak. Live Facebook, people. This is not nothing. We making this not a bad Lex email, and he has emailed. I'm not reading them from Lex tonight because we having a good show. Lex, you're not going to be a part of it tonight. Sorry. We do have some bad text and emails. This is too good. Okay, Kima Sabi Jones. I would never talk to a blank racial slur. I would never sleep with a blank racial slur. I would never eat with a blank racial slur. I'm a blank racial slur killer. But guess what? I'll get with a blank racial slur killer to get in my trigger. Really?
Wow.
That is Facebook and New Era social media at its finest. At its absolute finest. People just get too deeply open about their lives. It's like, what are you doing? I want to ask you like that. Give me one valid reason why you would post something like that. Just one. And then just sit there and look at their response. Because I promise you it's going to be just ridiculous. Because it's none. It's no valid reason why you even type that.
Exactly. Okay, this is, I don't quite understand this one. Shoddy Bad Flunnery. I would love for you to inbox me for a very unique relationship with me and my man. Holla at me if you game.
All right.
At least it's not your game.
Okay, I'm playing names out. Natalie Tania Johnson, preggy and horny. That's terrible. That's a bad take altogether.
This is disgusting.
God. Okay. Keisha Judy for Life Brown. She don't have a Judy. I can see that from a picture already. I wish Andre would smack my big old ass, but he on that bleep.
Yeah. This is this is the generation we live in, folks. This is the generation we live in. Man, I want to spaz, but I told myself I wasn't going to, so I'm gonna just let it go, man. I'm gonna just let it go.
Yeah, these takes are horrible. I mean,
I just want to ask these people, dude. Like, not to cut you off, but I really want to ask them, like, what possessed you to do that? Like, what response will you think you were going to receive from something like that?
You know what?
Yeah, they don't even know.
But wait a minute. I want to blame somebody like Lil Wayne, who, you know, basically popularized stream of conscious random stuff. Because that's how he raps. It's like, I swear these people are just putting up statuses that represent their stream of consciousness. They're just saying stuff to be saying. Some of it is for shock value. Some people truly don't understand what's wrong with it. So I'm just amazed. Like bodily functions, stuff that's going on in your bedroom, stuff that's going on in your family, and your anger issues should not be on Facebook or on Twitter or on Instagram. It just shouldn't.
And yes, indeed. And on that note, we out of here, people. Think with logic, not with emotion. Catch us on YouTube and the podcast. We out.